Hi. Just gonna wait for a few minutes because this is a tou- touchy subject. So I want to make sure that we have enough viewers on before I start. You guys know someone that has been touched or know someone that has been affected by domestic violence, please tag them in this live. I'm going to give you guys a few minutes to tag others in this live. I'll give you guys, if you know someone that's been touched by domestic violence, I have some important information that I want to share with them. Please tag them. Please tag them. Share this video, share this live. If you've already joined it, go ahead and share this live video. Go ahead and share the live. If you've already joined, I want as many women to see this live. Please go ahead and share the video. Tag others, other females. If you even think that they are a victim of domestic violence, tag them in this live. Share this live. This is something that we don't like to talk about that we do need to talk about. So I'm going to ask you to go ahead and share this live. Share this live broadcast. If you know someone that has been touched by, affected by this, please go ahead and tag them in this live. Okay, I am going to go ahead and start. And I want to start with a personal testimony. I'm sorry. Years ago, I was a victim of domestic violence. My children's father. I was in an abusive relationship for years. I mean, years. When I say years, years. And I stayed in the relationship. Well, I thought I stayed in the relationship because my children, I wanted my children to have mom and dad in the house. So I stayed in the relationship. I stayed in that relationship for years, 10, 15 years in that relationship, in an abusive relationship. It was a verbal abuse and it was physical abuse. I was mad with myself because I did not bruise. Like, why people don't see me hurting? Why they don't see the licks? Why, my body is sore from being kicked and hit. why people don't see it. I used to get mad. I used to get mad at God. Like, why people don't see it? I was wanting help, but really didn't know how to get the help. But I finally got out. I got the courage to get out. I got out. I saved up some money and I got out. I got out of that relationship. And now here I am, 20 years later, in a new relationship of 10 years. And I found myself in the same situation again. And I thought I would never find myself in that situation again. I just knew it. I'm not going to let a man hit me. I'm not going to let another man control me. I'm not going to let another man hit me. Well, at the beginning of this month, which is ironic because October is National Domestic Violence Month, I found myself in the ER. From somebody that I thought that loved me. And I'm the one that always encourage people, love yourself, love yourself, love yourself. And I had to learn what that means, to love yourself, because I allowed little subtle things, which I'm going to share with y'all, where domestic violence starts, when it starts. I'm going to share with you guys what to look for. And if you are in that situation, you need to get out now, because it start with small things. It start with the small things that you let slide, that you think is not abuse, and you think that they're going to change, and you think that you're going to change them, or you think that them going to church with you is going to change them. It is not going to change the abuser. You have to love yourself. You have to love yourself. And I said, I love me. I love me. I love me. If I love me so much, why am I still in this situation? Why am I still in this relationship? If I love me so much, I realized that I needed to love myself a little bit more. I realized that I need to step up and do something, say something. I wasn't going to speak out about this. I was just going to hide and not speak out about it. But I have to speak out about it because I survived it. I wind up, I had a head trauma from the incident. I had a head trauma, wind up later on that night after the head trauma, throwing up, getting dizzy, going to the ER, and I had a concussion and whiplash. When I got to the ER, they asked me, do you want to press charges? I said, no, I don't. The police got upset with me. They was like, well, you have to tell us what happened to you. You have to tell us what happened to you. I'm sorry, I can go back a little bit. And I told them what happened. And they was like, you want to press charges? They said, well, if you don't, we're going to press charges anyway. And I had to ask myself why I didn't want to press charges. Oh, I don't want him to go to jail. Well, he hit you and he did other things. Like, why you don't want him? Why are you protecting him? Why do you want to protect him? And so, ladies, I'm asking you, why do we want to protect? Why do we want to protect them? Why? They don't care about us. If they cared about us, they wouldn't hurt us. Love is not supposed to hurt. Love is gentle. Love is kind. It's not supposed to hurt. So why are we protecting these abusers? Some of us are losing our lives because we're protecting the abuser. We're not putting them on Front Street and letting people know what they're doing to us. We have to speak out. We have to do something. That is the only way we are going to. We as women, collectively, that's the only way we're going to do something about it, if we speak out and do something. Speak out and do something. I did something very, very, very brave. Out of all the years that my ex-husband beat me and beat me and beat me, I never, ever, ever signed a warrant. I never called the police. I never did. And guess what? I found myself in this again because I didn't. But this time, I went through with it. The police and the hospital, they had to call and they started the process. It was up to me to complete the process. And I didn't want to, but I had to realize I had to love me enough to stop this. There are so many women that are hiding behind these men that they're afraid to take this step. We have to take the step. I actually went and I took the step and I signed the warrant, and I'm waiting on a court date. I'm waiting on a court date right now, and I'm going to court and I'm going to face my abuser. To this day, he act like nothing is wrong. He didn't do anything wrong. He just act like, it, as he always do, it's my fault. It's your fault. He did nothing wrong. He even called me and I did not answer. And I texted him. I said, "Why are you calling me? I want nothing to do with you. You don't even know what you did." I said, "You gave me a concussion and whiplash." And his response was, "Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I was just calling you to let you know my cousin died." I mean, just brushed it off as if he did nothing. In times past, I saw the subtle things that was happening that led up to this. And many of us, we ignored it like I ignored it. I totally ignored it. And so I'm talking about this so that other women can stop ignoring the signs. Ladies, we got to stop ignoring these signs. These men are out there and they don't care about us. They don't love you because love does not hurt. Love does not hurt. And we need to know that love does not hurt. So I really want to go over some signs to help us. I'm talking to me too. I really want to go over some signs to help us to see the signs of abuse, to help us to see them coming. A lot of us don't know, like, these little small things that are happening. We don't really look at them like they're abuse, but they are. It's abuse. The first one is humiliation. Yelling at you, just subtly calling you names, yelling at you. It'll start in private and then it'll get in public. And all of that is basically them just trying to control you and make you submissive, because they know if you get in public, you don't want other people to see what's going on. So you're going to be like, okay, whatever, just calm down. Now he acting a fool in public. And at first it started off at home. Then it gets in public. He started doing it in public because he know he can control you. He know he wants you to be submissive so you can do what he wants you to do. So it starts by humiliation. So when you see that, you need to nip it in the bud right then, because that's the first sign. And it started. Like all of these signs, I'm telling y'all from experience, this is how it started. And this is what led up to me being in the hospital, in the ER at the beginning of this month. It started. Everything I'm telling y'all, it started a while back. Control. If you know somebody, the controlling spirit, they want to control everything you do, that's a sign of an abuser. They want to alienate. A controlling spirit, they want to alienate you from your family and your friends. They're going to start talking about your friends, and they don't need to be in our business, and the family don't need to be in our business. So, because they don't want people to know what's going on behind those closed doors. So please, please, when you see that sign, that's another warning. Verbal abuse. Y'all already know that's abuse. Verbal abuse. It's abuse. Verbal abuse is abuse. It is designed to wear you down. It is designed to make you have low self-esteem, making you rely on them, making you think you need them. That's where the verbal abuse comes. So if you see that humiliation, you see control, you see verbal abuse, those are signs that this person is an abuser and is starting. And it may not happen week 1, week 2, month 1, month 2. It took 10 years for this person. And it started out with humiliation. It started out with the verbal abuse. It started out with shoving. I mean, like just shoving. That's abuse. Don't let them put their hands on you. Throwing objects at you. Throwing a drink at you. That's abuse. If they'll do that, they're going to go to the next level. So when they start doing it, it's time for you to exit. It's time for you to exit. Unpredictable mood swings. Oh my God. That Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, that's all I can say. That's what I was dealing with. If you are dealing with someone that, oh, I love you, baby. I love you, baby. You know, I love you. And then the next 30 minutes, it starts yelling and screaming and calling you names. I'm like, in the same breath. That's some psychotic stuff and you need to get out. I dealt with it. I'm telling you, I dealt with it for the last 10 years. And I'm telling you, you need to get out. These are subtle signs and you need to get out. Placement of blame. You're always the blame. It's always your fault. Everything that happens is always your fault. You made me do this. Look what you made me do. You done made me hit you. I didn't make you do anything. They don't take responsible for their own actions. When they don't do that and they place the blame on you for something they did, that's another sign and you need to get out. You need to get out. Manipulation. Manipulating the situation. Trying to turn things to make it look like your fault again. Manipulating. You need to get out. You need to get out. Calculated outburst. Wow. I dealt with that so much. I never knew what was going to, set him off. If you're in a situation and you never know what's going to set someone off, that means you need to get out because you never know when they're going to just flip out and hit you. That's exactly what happened in a situation at the beginning of this month. It was a calculated outburst because they was just so calm, so cool, collected, came in the house, asked a question. They didn't like my answer and went off. And next thing you know, they're hitting me and banging my head up against the wall. The nurse and the social worker at the hospital said that very well could have been your last breath. You could not have been here today to tell your story. Head traumas are the #1 cause of death in domestic violence. You could have lost your life. It could have been a sharp object on that wall that your head could have hit and you could have been dead. You could have been gone. So ladies, we have to love ourselves enough to speak out and do something, say something. We've got to end domestic violence. And one way to do that is to nip it in the bud when you begin to see these things that I just gave you. We've got to nip it in the bud right then and there in the beginning before it reaches this point. Because if you let the manipulation go, if you let them controlling you go, if you let their verbal abuse slide, if you let them throwing a drink in your face slide, if you let them throwing something at you, a towel or anything, if you let small things like that slide, it's going to lead to physical abuse. And that's what happened. It will lead to physical abuse. I am a witness. I'm a living witness. Thank God I'm a living witness. I'm a living witness. Can I say that again? I'm a living witness. I'm a living witness. I have to thank God that I'm still here. I thank God that I'm still alive to be able to share with other women about the signs of domestic violence. I am now taking a stand against domestic violence. I will be doing yearly events bringing awareness to domestic violence. I'm going to do an annual community prayer breakfast honoring those that have survived the domestic violence. I'm doing an annual candlelight vigil dinner honoring those who did not survive domestic violence. I'm doing a domestic violence awareness 5K walk, just bringing awareness to domestic violence and bringing awareness to the signs, to the subtle signs that we really don't think is domestic violence. And I'm doing a purple ribbon benefit gala. All these will be next year. I will be raising money for these events next year. And I want you guys to help support me, help me support the domestic violence campaign and bringing awareness to the campaign. I actually want to share something with you guys to, let's see, let me see if I can share it. See if I can share it. Let me see. Let's see. Let me take some of y'all comments while I'm trying to figure this out. Let's see. Let me see if I can share it. Hey, Amy, I love you too. Thank you. Hey, Charlene. Let me see. Let's see. Let me take some of y'all comments while I'm trying to figure this out. I don't know how. Let's see if I can share it. Let's see, ladies. Hey, Amy, I love you too. Thank you. It's not. Hey, Charlene. I wanted to share. I don't know how. Oh, hold on. Let's see. All right. Okay. So y'all should be able to see the screen now. Do y'all see the screen? Hey, Mary. Do you guys see the screen? Ooh. Oh, hold on. All right. Okay. So y'all go to www.sheempower.me. Hold on. So let me try it again, guys. Buck Against Domestic Violence. That's one of the shirts that's on the website. Buck Against Domestic Violence. You can purchase these shirts. If you know someone that has lost their lives or someone that survived, I left the back blank so that you can purchase the shirt and put your picture on the back of the shirt. I left the shirts blank on the back of this shirt. So I'm asking you guys to go out and support the movement. Support the movement. We're going to be having the annual community prayer breakfast honoring those that survived domestic violence. We're doing an annual candlelight vigil dinner honoring those that did not survive domestic violence. We're doing a domestic violence 5K walk, and we're doing Purple Ribbon Benefit Gala. All of these events will be next year in the month of October. So we got all year to do fundraisers so that we can have these events without having to beg people for money. So if you guys go out, support, you can support by sharing this video. You can support by tagging someone, tag anybody, because you may not know someone that is suffering from domestic violence, but someone you tag in the video might know someone that's suffering from domestic violence, and they need to know those subtle little things that cause and that lead up to what happened to me. I experienced all of this over a course of 10 years before it led up to me being put in the hospital. Okay? Humiliation, control, verbal abuse, shoving, objects being thrown at you, water being thrown at you. That's an object. You know, a drink being thrown in your face. Unpredictable mood swings, placing the blame on you, manipulation, calculated outbursts. I experienced all of that in the span of 10 years, and it led up to finally they snapped. But if I would have noticed the signs, which I didn't notice the signs, I didn't, but I knew that it was what's the word I'm looking for? A crazy relationship. I knew that. But I was making excuses for him. We've got to stop making excuses for them. I want to show you another shirt that I like. And this is what I did. This is my favorite one. This is what I did. What? Look, you see what it says? It says, lock up the abuser. We have to lock these men up. We have to lock these men up. And if we lock these men up, if it's an ongoing thing, they're going to stop. They are going to stop. If we lock these men up, they're going to stop. So we need to take a stand. We need to do something. We need to speak out. You see the thing going across the screen says, speak out, do something. That's how we're going to end domestic violence, if we speak out and we do something. So guys, I'm asking y'all to help support this movement. Buy your t-shirt. Put your picture on the back up. Put your loved one that lost their lives on the back of this t-shirt. Lock up the abuser. Let me show you another shirt. Oh, I love this one. Warrior. I'm a warrior. I feel like I'm a warrior because I was brave. I was very brave because I did not want to go to the police. As a matter of fact, the moments after I got hit, I wanted to call the police, but I was like, no, I don't want him to go to jail. And I didn't call the police. But I wind up getting that after effect after I moved all my things out the house. I guess all the adrenaline was going, and I didn't feel it until hours later. I started getting dizzy. And I hate talking about it again. I started getting dizzy, and I got a headache and nauseated. And that's when my niece actually said, let's stop. You know, my family came to help me move my things. I immediately moved out the house right then and there that same night. I didn't wait till later. I immediately moved, like 30 minutes after it happened. I moved all my belongings out of the house. And my family came to help me. And my niece was like, you don't look good. We're going to the hospital. And we went to the hospital and found out that what was going on. So I feel like a warrior because I was brave. And I took that next step, even though the hospital took the first step. It was up to me to take that next step. And I was brave and I took that next step. So I'm a warrior. I'm a warrior. I took that next step. So I love that. This is another one that I love. Stop. We got to stop domestic violence. We have to stop domestic violence. We have to stop it. We have to stop it when we see it. When we see humiliation, when we see control, when we see these outbursts, we need to stop it. We need to stop it. We need to love ourselves enough to stop it. Put an end to it. Another one. This is the last one. I've been saying it. Love yourself. We got to love ourselves. Ladies, we have to love ourselves enough. Let me say this. We have to love ourselves more than we love these men. Because we say we love them. Oh, we love them so much. Yes, but they don't love us so much because love does not hurt. That's what we got to see and understand. Love does not hurt. Love does not hurt. I really... What happened? I don't know what happened. I hit something, but it started over. Hold on, guys. I want to show you the shirt. Yeah, I'm getting... Anyway, guys, I lost my broadcasting, so I'm going to end. Just make sure that you reach out. You know that we can live in this world without violence if we only speak out. We have to speak out against domestic violence. We have to do something. We have to. You guys need to get involved, make a difference, support the movement. Go to She Empowers, sheempowered.me to purchase your t-shirts. Know that there is a hotline that you can call. There is a hotline that you can call. I hope that... I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on. Erica, can you go on my Facebook page and see if I'm back up live? Because when I turn my Facebook on, it feedbacks. I don't know if I'm live, so I don't know if I'm live or not. I want to put the shirt back up here. Hold on.
It says you are, but it don't come across.
Oh, really?
That's a lot.
Now I need you to go on my page.
That is your page.
No, it's not.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, it's redoing it.
It's redoing it?
I mean, oh, no, that's you.
Okay. All right, guys. So I'm back. I'm sorry I lost broadcast. I'm back. I want to give you that hotline. If you're in an abusive relationship, hold on. I want to put this back up here. If you're in an abusive relationship, I want you to love yourself. Love yourself enough to get help. If you don't want to reach out to a stranger, I know I'm a stranger, but you can see me, you can touch me. You can inbox me. You can inbox me and we can get help together. If you don't feel comfortable inboxing me, you can call 1-800-799-7233. That is the domestic violence hotline. It is 1-800-799-7233. That's the domestic violence hotline. If you don't feel comfortable calling that domestic violence hotline, you can inbox me. You can inbox me. I have a group, a Facebook group, and we will be in the Facebook group talking about this. We will have a support group, a domestic violence support group within the Facebook group She. If you want to just go to She, SHE, and join the group. And you guys, if you want to start a support, if you want to be a part of the support group, you can be a part of the support group. This is something that I am not going to lay down on. This is a topic that I will talk about every day, even though October is almost over. Domestic Violence Month is every month to me because it's that important. We don't need to just talk about it in October. I will talk about it every day, every week. I'm doing a podcast on it. I'm doing a YouTube channel on it. And we're going to nip this in the bud, and I'm going to need all you guys to help me. I'm going to need you to help me put an end to domestic violence. In the way that we're going to put a stop to domestic violence is speak out, do something to end domestic violence. We got to love ourselves. We got to speak out. We have to do something. We have to end domestic violence. Speak out and do something. Speak out and do something. That's exactly what I did. That's exactly what I did. I spoke out. I didn't want to, but I did. I got the courage. Because guess what? It won't happen again, because I know the signs of it. I know the subtle signs. And I realized the subtle signs. The humiliation, the control, the verbal abuse, throwing water in your face. No, don't accept that. And I can say that because I accepted it. And look what happened. And by the grace of God, I'm still alive. So I'm just I'm encouraging you. I'm admonishing you to please, ladies, please, young girls, listen to me. Let they say, listen, Linda, listen, young girls. Man, I tell you what, y'all tag these young girls in this video. Tag them in my first video, guys. I see a lot of young girls. I was at a gas station the other day, and they were teenagers. And they were arguing, and the guy pushed her. And I said something. I did. I got involved. I sure did. I mean, she still got in the car with him. I hate she did. But I said something. I said, hey, so are you guys okay over here? And she said, yes, ma'am. He said nothing. Ladies, we got to stop that. We have to stop that. She protected him. He shoved her. He put his hands on her. These were teenagers. They were young. They weren't in their 20s. These were teenagers at the gas station arguing. So guys, that's a sign of abuse. If he shoved her, he's going to eventually beat her. He's going to eventually put his hands on her. So we have to do something. We have to stand up. We have to say, stop. We have to speak out. We have to do something. We have to end domestic violence. Speak out, do something. Hashtag it. Speak out, do something in domestic violence. I want you guys to help support the movement. All the activities that will be happening next year in October, which is I hate they did October the same month as breast cancer, but you know we still gonna do it at the beginning of October because I know they do a lot of things for breast cancer at the end of October. But we're gonna do an annual community prayer breakfast honoring those that survived domestic violence. We're going to hear from women and hear their stories. We're going to do an annual candlelight visual dinner honoring those that did not survive domestic violence. We're going to do a domestic violence awareness 5K walk, bringing awareness to the signs, the subtle signs of domestic violence. We're doing a purple ribbon benefit gala also. In order to make these events successful, we need funds, guys. We need funds. So I created this website, sheempower.me. Sheempower.me. She empowers me. We got to empower each other, ladies. Sheempower.me. And you can go on and you can get these shirts. And you can put your picture on the back of these shirts. You can put your loved one that did not. I like this one, Buck Against Domestic Violence. I really like that one. Buck Against Domestic Violence. Buck against domestic violence. That's right. Stand up for it. Hey, lock up the abuser. We got to lock these men up. If we continue to lock them up, they're going to get tired of getting locked up and they're going to stop. They're going to go and get some help because basically it's their anger. They got an anger problem and they're lashing out and taking it out on you. That's all. They just got an anger problem and they need to stop. All right. So we also have a mug on here. We got a mug. That's the front of it. It's got all the logos on it. We also have a water bottle. We got a Warrior. Got the Warrior water bottle that you guys can go in and support. Get your water bottle. Oh, I'm sorry. And we have another water bottle that's the Love Yourself water bottle. That's the Love Yourself water bottle. Then I think that's all the shirts. But anyway, go on this site, y'all. Yeah, I'll show y'all this one again. That's my favorite because I'm a warrior. I was brave. I was brave. I did it. I did it. I didn't do it on my first one, but I did it. I got brave. I got brave and I said, this is not going to happen to me again. I have to speak out. I have to do something. This will not happen to me again. This will not happen to me again. So guys, I am going to get off this live. I am going to end this video. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please speak out and do something. You can speak out and do something by sharing this video. You can speak out and do something by tagging someone that you know is being abused. It doesn't have to be physical abuse. It can be verbal abuse because it will lead. That's one of the subtle signs. It will lead to physical abuse. It can be controlling. It can be manipulation. You got a girlfriend. You got a friend that tells you, you know, girl, he this and he that, and you know, he's controlling me, and he don't want me to have friends, and he don't want me to go this place or that place with my friends or with my family. That's how it started. Tag them in this video. Tag them in this video. And once again, if you're in a domestic violence situation, if you're in a situation where they're manipulating you, controlling you, verbal abuse, that is signs of abuse and you need to get out. If you need some help, if you just want to talk with someone, you can talk to me. You can inbox me, Addie Lamore. You can inbox me and I will call you and we can talk. We're going to have a support group within inside our She group for domestic violence. Please reach out. Please do not suffer in silence. Please do not suffer in silence. Do not suffer in silence. Please don't. Please. Please. I'm begging you. Don't suffer in silence. Don't let them control you. Don't let them manipulate you. Don't let it turn to abuse and you not be a survivor. You not be a warrior. Do something. Speak out. Do something. Let's end domestic violence. Again, if you don't want to inbox me, if you just want to help in your shame, don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed. You can call the 1-800 hotline. That number again is 1-800-799-7233. 1-800-799-7233. That's the national hotline for domestic violence. Or you can inbox me because I've been through it. I've been through it twice. I know where you are. I know what you're going through. I can help you get through this. I can help you get through this. I'm not speaking from some textbook. I'm speaking from experience. I can help you get through this. Inbox me. Inbox me. I know you're out there. I know you're going through. Let's do domestic violence together. I want to thank you guys for joining me on this live. And be looking for more information about the events for next year. We're going to start early because we want this to be a campaign here in Mobile that we have to end domestic violence. I mean, it's too much of it going on. It's too much of it going on. And we need to stand together on it. Mobile, we need to stand together. Let's support. Please support. Go out to the website and purchase your shirt, your mug, or water bottle to help raise awareness to domestic violence. I want to thank you again for joining us. Good night.